Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins from Your Black World and the Black Business School. I wanted to quickly talk about something that I just saw in the media that I thought was just hilarious, but kind of weird and disappointing at the same time. You guys may or may not know this actress by the name of Alyssa Milano. Alyssa Milano, I'm going to Google her article real quick. Alyssa Milano isn't really all that well known of an actress in terms of being successful in a lot of different shows, but she did have a show. I think she was on Who's the Boss or Charles in Charge or one of those shows a long time ago. And since that time, she's been famous. Well, she also she went into the Black consciousness space when she went out of her way to condemn Louis Farrakhan. She actually said that she wasn't going to participate in the Women's March until they decided to condemn Farrakhan for allegedly being anti-Semitic. Now, these people that accuse him of being anti-Semitic, they can never really prove it. They just kind of say it, and they just think that because they said it and they're white, that it must be true. Well, let me tell you another ridiculous, weird thing that she just said. Alyssa Milano recently just made a post where she was stating that because she's unhappy about the abortion laws, that women should withhold sex from their men, that they should not have sex and abstain from sex, not all sex. I guess they can have lesbian sex or whatever, but or self gratification, but no sex with heterosexual men until they change the abortion laws. And so, anyway, it's really interesting because she's been dragged pretty hard on the internet for her ridiculousness of her statement. This idea that we're going to just, first of all, we're going to withhold affection from all men everywhere for a law that a few men made in Georgia is kind of weird. But second of all, this feminist idea that on one hand you're saying that you don't want to be objectified for your body, but then on the next hand you're saying let's use our bodies as leverage, let's use our bodies, hold our bodies for ransom, let's use our bodies as a bargaining chip, let's prostitute, that's called prostitution. Let's prostitute ourselves for any man that's willing to help go change the abortion laws. Wink, wink. I'll give you a little bit of ass if you go get that law change. It sounds kind of Cardi B-ish in nature, and I think that's also kind of ridiculous, and it really kind of shows that some of the white feminists, honestly, they're just kind of on another planet. This is what the liberals tend to engage in, which would be called social engineering. They kind of want to build the world into what they wanted to see, and they're willing to oppress, to disrespect, to destroy, to ruin anybody who disagrees with them. Again, my issue with Alyssa Milano started when she was attacking Louis Farrakhan, who's never attacked her, by the way. He's never attacked her. In this video, I've attacked Alyssa Milano more than Louis Farrakhan has ever attacked her. I don't even think the words Alyssa Milano ever came out of his mouth until she attacked him. But even after she attacked him, I don't even know if the words came out of his mouth. But I thought that it was really interesting to kind of just sort of show, why I can't be a conservative and I can't be a liberal. I can't be a Democrat. I can't be a Republican. Because if you look on that Me Too side of things, you're seeing a lot of things. Now, I want you to really pay attention because this affects your sons. You're seeing people that want laws that say that a man should be sent to prison for 30 years just on the word of a white woman. That's very Emmett Till-ish. And now I want you to flip that really quick and just realize that there's almost nothing that a man can say about a woman other than she killed me or she killed someone that will send her to prison for 30 years, right? There's nothing sexual. She can't, if she grabs his butt or she touches his genitals while he's sleeping, he can't wake up and say, you should go to prison for 30 years because you touched me or whatever, And so I think that, we have to be thoughtful because when you look at the case of Albert Wilson down in Kansas, look it up, free Albert Wilson, that's the hashtag. Well, Albert Wilson is a black man who just got 12 years in prison. He was a black college student, a piece of our future, a piece of the future of our community, who was just sent to prison for 12 years after being accused of rape by a white woman that he was only alone with her for less than 5 minutes, and there's no evidence that he penetrated her. Now, some people say, well, you don't have to penetrate someone to be accused of rape, but he kissed her. And the fact that there's no evidence that he kissed her against her will. And the big question you have to ask is, even if he did, is that worth sending him to prison for 12 years? Bad things happen to people in prison. They get stabbed, they get beat up, they get raped over and over again. So you want to send somebody to get raped over and over again because you think that some white woman said that he might have kissed her against her will or whatever it is. Even if you go read the articles, I dare you, I challenge you to go read the articles, and I want you to find, here's what I want you to do. I don't want you to just believe me. Don't believe me. I want you to go read the articles about the Albert Wilson case, and I want you to look for any evidence, any physical evidence they provide in any of the articles. Like they'll say he got 12 years in prison because he raped this woman. Where's the evidence? Where's the proof? Other than the fact that white people said it. White people said so. So that, I hope I'm not the only one who has any type of common sense in this situation. I look at Alyssa Milano and her little sex strike. It's just kind of the latest weird antic kind of coming out of that feminist camp. And I'm not, everybody agrees, I think, that women deserve equality and respect, but you don't deserve the right to destroy people and to crush people who disagree with you, to take away their freedom of speech, take away their right to due process, to send them away to the gulags to be raped for the next 20 years because you said so. That makes you 10 times worse than Donald Trump and Hitler put together, and I won't stand for it. I don't support that, and I got to stand up for my brothers because we know that when this stuff goes down, the black man's always on the chopping block. That's the first one they go after. So if you ever want to know why I'm always quick to ride for Farrakhan and all the other brothers and what we're going through, it's because if we don't ride for each other, then who will? If you don't speak up for your people, then who will? If you ain't ready to fight for the black man or the black woman, then who else is going to do it? We got to do it. All of us have to do this. So I'm out of here, guys. Take care. Don't forget, speaking of Farrakhan and the ban from Facebook, I want to remind you guys that we actually have a platform called Black Enough. If you are black enough, get it? Ha. If you're black enough, and you want to join, go to blackenough.com. That's our Facebook for black people. Freedom of speech. You'll never be banned for anything. We'll always show respect to your right to debate and to agree. Just make sure you love each other and be respectful if you do disagree with somebody. And also, if you want a free e-copy of my book, It Takes a Village to Raise the Bar, you can go to drboycewatkins.net. That's drboycewatkins.net. And last but not least, as you guys know, with summer coming, we have our financial workbooks for children that teach children about stocks and investing and all kinds of stuff. So if you have a child or a child down the street or somebody in your family that can use a little financial knowledge so that they're not running around here broke 20 years from now, struggling, trying to figure it out, trying to go serve as somebody's slave, then get them ready now. You can use this summer to do that. Before you send them to basketball camp, get them financial literacy training. Before you send them to football camp, get them financial literacy training. Before you send them to cheerleading camp, get them financial literacy training. Before you send them to the Boy Scouts, wait, don't send them to the Boy Scouts. Don't. I will talk about that later. Get them financial literacy training. The URL for the financial workbooks is financialworkbooks.com. That's financialworkbooks.com. I'm out here, guys. Have a good day. I'll see you soon. I'm about to have my family business meeting right now. I'm meeting with my family. Every Sunday we meet. We talk business. We talk about each other's companies and what we're all working on. So that's why I got to run. But hit the like button, share, and subscribe and all that stuff. I'll see you guys soon. Take care. Peace.